Welcome to Shidu Foods Goods and Moods. Ever wondered how licorice, that black chewy candy we all love to hate, is made? Imagine a sweet treat that has divided opinions for decades, yet continues to hold its ground in the candy kingdom. Today we're going to unravel this mystery, revealing every step that transforms simple ingredients into those iconic twisty treats. We'll be exploring the fascinating process from the basic ingredients to the final cut. So, buckle up as we dive into the sweet and slightly salty world of licorice manufacturing. Licorice isn't just an overnight magic, it involves a process and some basic ingredients. Now let's dive into the pantry of a licorice maker. First off, we need licorice root extract. Yes, you heard it right, licorice root extract. It's not something you'll find next to your salt and pepper, but hey, it's the star of the show here. Next, we have flour, just your regular everyday flour, nothing fancy. It's like the supporting actor who doesn't get much credit, but the movie can't go on without. Then, we have molasses. This is the sweet, sticky stuff that gives licorice its iconic color and sweetness. It's like the costume designer of our licorice show. Finally, we have aniseed oil. This little guy is the secret ingredient that gives licorice its unique flavor. It's the plot twist that keeps you hooked. So if you thought licorice was just black magic, think again. It's more like a baking experiment that went surprisingly right. Now, on to the actual cooking, or should we say candy crafting process. First off, our licorice ingredients are mixed together in a cauldron. That's right, a cauldron, just like the ones used by witches in fairy tales. But don't worry, there's no eye of newt or toe of frog in this potion. Instead, we're stirring up a magical blend of sugar, flour, and that all-important licorice extract. Once our ingredients are thoroughly mixed, it's time to turn up the heat. We're not talking about a mild simmer here, folks. We're going full mad scientist, boiling our concoction to the perfect temperature. It's a delicate balance, keeping the heat high enough to cook, but not so hot that it scorches our precious brew. As our licorice mixture bubbles away, it starts to thicken into a dark, glossy mass, ready to be shaped into those familiar twists and ropes. And there you have it, a bubbling brew that's more delicious than diabolical. Who knew? After cooking comes the most fun part, shaping and cutting that gooey mass into the licorice strands we all know. It's like being a kid again, playing with Play-Doh, but this time it's a tad bit stickier and a whole lot tastier. Well, for some of us anyway. Imagine rolling out a big black blob of sticky sweet dough. You're not just playing, you're creating the iconic twists and turns of licorice. It's like sculpting a masterpiece, only it's one you can eat. Now, isn't that fun? Next, the cutting begins. It's almost therapeutic, slicing through that soft, pliable mass. Each cut reveals a perfect piece of licorice, like a gem hidden within a rock. Sounds poetic, doesn't it? But let's not get too sentimental. After all, we're just chopping up candy here. And just like that, you've transformed a sticky mess into bite-sized pieces of joy, or despair, depending on your taste buds. So, what did we learn from our sweet and slightly salty journey into the world of licorice? Well, we've certainly come a long way, haven't we? We started with a simple plant, Glycera glabra, let's call it Gigi for short, and some other basic ingredients. Who knew that water, flour, and sugar could transform into something so intense? Then we took a little culinary adventure cooking up a storm. It was like a sauna for our ingredients, with the temperature rising and Gigi releasing her sweet, rooty essence. And let's not forget the moment we added anise oil to the mix, turning our concoction into the polarizing candy we all know and have a love-hate relationship with. Once our mixture was all bubbly and gooey, we moved to the shaping and cutting phase. Imagine a Play-Doh session, but with a sticky, black substance. We rolled, we stretched, we cut, carefully crafting those perfect, bite-sized pieces that either make you smile or scrunch up your face in disgust. And voila, we had licorice. A candy that can unite or divide a room faster than you can say aniseed. A simple treat that holds a world of complexity and a dash of controversy in its dark, glossy form. So next time you're enjoying or enduring a piece of licorice, remember the journey it took to get to you. Who knew candy could be so complicated and yet so fun?